Hello, Worldwide Music, and welcome to today's meeting with Terry from SteamValve Nation. Hi, Terry. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing fine. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you with us, and looking forward to this brief chat that we're going to have. First question, then. Okay, you define yourselves as a classic heavy rock band. Tell me a bit more about yourselves, and how does your name SteamValve Nation come out?
Pretty much we're a product of the 70s styling of music.
Yep.
And I consider ourselves a classic hard rock band, not so much as heavy metal in that regards. And the story behind the name of SteamValve Nation, we started playing street festivals in the summertime.
Okay.
And the festivals, the temperature was pretty hot out and pretty steamy. And so we ran with that. And then in Europe, I like to style my sound after the classic vacuum tube amplification.
Sure.
As which most guitar players will attest to. And
Marshall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And most people in Europe refer to the vacuum tube as a valve, where in the States we call it a tube.
Yeah.
So we ran by. I kind of smashed that together. So SteamValve and then Nation, meaning everybody.
Okay.
All inclusive for everybody.
Okay. Cool. Great. Okay. What artists influenced you? I mean, you said 70s. There's
pretty
loads
much
of
all the great bands of the 70s. Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Queen, Humble Pie, Black Sabbath.
Okay.
All the real groundbreaking, raw, heavy rhythm sounds.
Okay. So that's great. It's good to continue hearing that good
I've always,
good heavy rock.
When people ask me who is your favorite vocalist of all time, hands down would probably be Paul Rodgers.
I agree.
Hands down. I mean, yeah, Freddie Mercury was phenomenal, but I mean, as far as a well-rounded, soulful kind of sound, he's got it in my book.
Yeah, I would also put Glenn Hughes as well on among the tops.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and Steve Marriott as well too.
Yeah.
He had soul for. I met him on a couple occasions. He was a nice guy.
Absolutely. Great. Well, I mean, what is your view on globalization? I mean, now you hear the sort of same type of music all over the world, and do you think that risks of taking away a bit of the local culture? Or, hip hop is hip hop here. It's hip hop in India. It's hip hop in China. It's hip hop in the US, in the UK. It's just kind of standard.
Well, I think every stylized form of music has its run, so to speak. It touches people, and then people kind of shade away from it, and then other younger people come up and they interpret it differently, and that so it has longevity.
Okay, it's sort of evolutions.
A continued longevity. I mean, it'll transpire from one thing and morph into something else, but there's always hinges of it and tinges of it still there.
So, yeah. Do you record your music at home or in the studio?
In a studio.
In the studio.
There's a suburb outside of Chicago. It's called Oak Park, and it's my friend Matt Mercado. Mm-hmm. He's the engineer there slash producer. And he does a fine job with our stuff. And,
very good recordings, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, you joined this contest, and I'm sure you use the web to do a lot of other things. What's your view of the web in promoting an artist today?
I think it's fabulous. I mean, no greater time period than right now. I mean, 10, 20, 30 years ago, an undiscovered artist had a hard time trying to make a wave. Now it's pretty much everybody can do it just out of their own home.
Yeah.
And self-promote themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, the louder you scream, the more you'll be heard.
That's true. And how did you find Worldwide Music?
I'm sorry?
How did you find worldwidemusic.com?
our team, scours the interweb looking for different opportunities to get our music known and get it out there, and we came upon that. It's good. And plus, I was impressed with the panel of judges.
Yeah. Yeah, we have added this year Stuart Epps, who actually worked with Elton John, Led Zeppelin, loads of other people. We have a very, very high qualifier.
Fantastic. I couldn't be more pleased at that lineup. I was very impressed with that. Yeah. And that's what kind of swayed me over.
So what about the future? Where do you see yourselves going in the near future and in the long term?
Record more. I got a lot more music to put out there, a lot more ideas and sounds and textures. And pretty much it runs around my head day and night. There isn't, from morning to night, I'm constantly trying to whip up stuff. So I'd like to get into the studio and do that.
Okay.
Get it all done. And I'd like to do some shows, when the weather breaks, a couple of months, get out there and start playing and basically just entertain people and draw people out of the 9 to 5 so they could, take the edge off and have a good time.
Great.
As musicians, that's what we do.
That's what music is all about, isn't it?
That's what music is all about. It's an escapism. It's a feel-good. It's a feel-good medicine that's second to none.
Great. Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best of luck, and of course, I wish you all the best of luck here on Worldwide Music. And we just hope seeing you posting more songs. And thank you for the time.
Well, thank you very much. And in closing, I'd like to say, if you're craving science fiction, adventure, and rock and roll, look to SteamValve Nation.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Terry.
And thank you.
Thank you.
All right, keep on rocking out there.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll see you next time.
Will do.